Hey guys, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day, whether you're watching this in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening. I'm glad you're here. First off, I just want to say thank you to all the channel members. Thank you all so much. Thank you for anyone who subscribes to the channel, or anyone who just comes in to watch my knife, my ADC content that I share with you guys. This is a unique knife that I had never experienced before. Channel viewer Chris229 sent this in for me to check out and then to make it available as a giveaway on Friday Night Flicks. I had to get it reviewed first, and to be honest with you, I've kind of fallen in love with this knife, and I'm going to give you a couple of reasons why. My cold steel, I guess, experience started with the 8010, right? S35VN, overbuilt knife, triad lock, really nice. It was kind of a, I guess, my cold steel first acquisition, kind of cold steely grail knife. And then I picked up the 8015, which became, this is the 8010, I think I said 20. But this became my favorite locking mechanism. Then I had some modifications done by Satu and added some original goat scales, which came with skip bearings, made it just a totally different knife. But I always thought these were really big, beefy knives, right? And then when these 4MAX Elites came on sale at Midway, I had to grab one of them because it's kind of the big brother, big daddy of cold steel. This is before the Mayhem, before those bigger knives. But then when I started looking at the SR1 Lite, guys, it's a big knife. It's not as big as the 4MAX Elite, but it's definitely bigger, both in blade stock and in thickness and in length, than both my 8010. So my point is, they make an SR1. It's about 130 bucks. 15.15, 0.14, 0.187. So much thicker blade stock. So they make an SR1 that's not an SR1 Lite. The SR1 comes with G10 handles. It comes with a AUS-10 blade. This is 8CR14 MOV, right? It's not an expensive steel, but I want to talk about that too. The weight or size on this knife, even though you've got FRN, Griv-Ex, whatever you want to call it, over the steel scales, you're replacing such a small amount of G10 that the knives weigh just about the exact same. Operates on a triad lock, which is arguably one of Spyderco's most stable locks. Let me get these two out of the way. But what made this knife so unique to me is, A, its size. I was not expecting it to be so big, to have so many position points, and to be so well built. I knew it was a budget offering from Cold Steel. If you go to Cold Steel site, they show it, I want to say, for 69 bucks. If you go to Amazon, where I'll leave a link, they've got them in, and this is from the Cold Steel store, in blister packs. There are about 6 left for $51. In a box, which is what all mine have come in, they're $41.99. But it is an 8CR MOV, made in Taiwan, nice drop point blade. So when it came, it had been used quite a bit because it was donated into the channel. So the first thing I did was put an edge on it. It takes an edge very well. I did it on a TS Prof. You could do it on a much lesser system because it is such workable steel. But I've broken down a good bit of cardboard. I've not hacked any wood because this knife is definitely thick enough to do some serious hacking, serious stabbing. See if I've got some cardboard real quick. something we can cut up without doxing me. Let's do this. Again, it's the thicker grind, probably about a 3/4 grind, flat. This isn't double wall cardboard, but I am cutting through tape and cardboard. Let's see how this holds up against the paper. That wasn't much of a cut test. But again, for a knife of this size with a triad lock, this is a full-size knife for 41 bucks. I thought was pretty special. And I'm sure there are other places out there. I just buy a lot of mine from Amazon, so I will list my Amazon Associates link if you guys want to browse there, or you can Google it. Cold Steel did not have them in sight, but that's where I got the description that I'm going to put for you guys to read about, the sizes, the weights. We'll measure it. We'll get some quick size comparisons. Get this out of the way real quickly. And we will take, let's just do this. We know our bug out's going to be dwarf, so let's take our Paramilitary 2. It's much longer than our PM2. And what surprised me is it's not much shorter than our Cold Steel 4MAX Elite. It's got Gradu on it. So again, full-sized, very thick knife, utilizing the same lock, that triad lock, which again, tried and true lock. Really nice, even blade, no side to side, no up or down, absolute bank vault, and it does fall shut. So if you don't want to cut yourself, because triad locks can sometimes be tricky, as long as you keep your finger up to this front choil and you hit that release, the blade stop hits your finger. Then you can turn it and shake it home. I can reverse flick this knife very easily. I can thumb flick it. As long as I hold my finger up close, it drops right to that stop where I'm not cutting my finger. Because guys, I've cut myself on more Cold Steels by holding my finger back here because the blades are so heavy. So I've always learned, whether it's this knife or whether it's this knife, as long as I've got my finger up front, I'm hitting the stop. If I move it much further back, it's going to cut into my finger. So just think about that with your Cold Steels. Now you can grip up here for more detail cuts because you've got this nice trigger in this little flat area. I think from a tactical hard use knife, I'm probably going to keep my hand back here most of the time, but just a really impressive knife. Again, FRN with steel liners. You've got the steel triad lock. This guy is a full-size knife, so it's going to come in at 9.5 inches with a 4-inch blade, 4-inch cutting area, a little bit of a sharpening choil here. You could easily take that back a little bit. The interior grip is going to be every bit 4¼ inches. And then if you want to use that front choil, say 5 inches to split the difference. The clip works very well, even with the Griv-Ex. It's a stiff Cold Steel clip, but it's not coming out of your pocket, and you don't feel it in your hand. I think this is an absolute bruiser of a knife. Like I said, I haven't beat it as much as I probably should. I did take it down to 19 degrees. Maybe I'll beat it on some more wood and do a long-term review. But I think for 41 bucks, for a full-size cold steel, even if it is an 8CR14 MOV, I was pleased with how it felt under a stone. Made in Taiwan with the other cold steels. And if you want something a little nicer and you like this style, look at the Cold Steel SR1. I'll put an Amazon link for it too because they're in stock. They're a tan handle. Basically, you're looking at G10 and I want to say AUS10 for about twice the price. So for me, I would experiment with this guy. And if it's something that you really, really like, but you want better materials, you've got a great opportunity to upgrade. But guys, before I bail out of here, which should be very soon, let's see how much this biatch weighs. 4-inch blade. It's going to come in at 6.9 ounces. So much more than an ounce an inch, 6.90. But it's a full-size knife. What do you expect? It comes in right around the same weight as the Cold Steel 4MAX. A little bit heavier. Excuse me, 8010 comes in a little lighter, a little heavier than the 8015. But this is the Cold Steel SR1 Lite. And light, keep in mind, does not mean lighter in weight, lighter in size. It just means a little bit lighter on your pocketbook. Guys, I appreciate it. Chris229, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. And all the knives you sent were awesome. They've been great to review. Make great giveaway knives. I appreciate you, DKSFS. Do something kind for someone. And you do every time that you show up. I appreciate all of you guys. All I ask is please look out for the guy or gal to your left. Please look out for that guy or gal to your right. Please look out for each other. Go forward with love in your heart. And choose debate, not hate. I love y'all. Peace.